do the same practice today also. We'll discuss आगे का issues. You go home and read this. So ये ऐसे कहीं से copy paste नहीं है. It is copy paste of 2-3 books and some additions, some deletions, some diagrams have been added. It is more than enough for your examination. The only thing is कि जाके revise करो. It will help you even in the preliminary examination. For example, Himalayas. Now starting में physiography for the preliminary exam, the first paragraph is important. कि कितना is the amount of landscape in India? How much is the forest? How much is the this thing in India? So when we say the physiography of India, you already know what I am saying is ये जो part है, remember it for prelims. How much is occupied by the mountains, how much is occupied by the hills, how much by the plateau, and how much by the plains. So majority of the parts in India is occupied by the plains. This is the diagram that has been taken from the NCERT. Remember for prelims this order: Kunlun के बाद काराकोरम, काराकोरम के बाद लद्दाख, लद्दाख के बाद जास्कर, उसके बाद ग्रेट हिमालयस, उसके बाद पीर पांचल, उसके बाद शिवालिक्स. Fine. So Aravallis, Satpura, Mahadev. This has already been a past year question. Though we say that Satpura, Mahadev Hills is a part of Satpura. UPSC कभी-कभी directly NCERT से diagram पूछता है. तो one of the past year question 2014 का was arrange the following from north to south: Vindhyas, Mahadev, Satpura. So Satpura and Mahadev are, that is Satpura is to the north, Mahadev is to the south, and then Satmala है यहाँ पे. Fine. This is all an introduction. So when we come to this, it is the northern mountains. Now what are the northern mountains? They are the Himalayas. The start can be, they run for about 2,500 kilometers and has a width of somewhere between 240 to 320 kilometers. That is, they have the two different widths. So you can see the width of the mountains is greater in the west and the width is lesser in the east. And they are divided into Greater Himalayas, Middle Himalayas, Shivaliks, etc. So coming to the origin of the Himalayas. Now यहाँ पे optional में the two things change. When the question comes, as I have told you, you will have to write both the views regarding the origin of the Himalayas, geosynclinal view as well as the plate tectonics ka view. So the views may be grouped under geosyncline evolution and the plate tectonics evolution. Exponent of this opinion, that is geosyncline evolution, why they say it has come out of geosyncline? They say it has come out of geosyncline because of the presence of sedimentary rocks which are found in Himalayas, which are mostly what in origin? They are mostly of marine origin and contain fossils of marine organisms. Fine, they contain mostly fossils of marine organisms. Second, the thickness of the Himalayan rocks allows them to get associated with the deposition under the bed of the sea, whose flow underwent sinking with the increasing weight of the deposits. Means, देखो, exam के लिए short में कि there are presence of marine sediments, marine fossils, and the thickness of the sediments is big. Fine. Therefore, the geosynclinal view. The theories of consequences, Suez, Kober. Argand अगर याद रखना है तो रखो. Suez Kober belongs to this category. According to the geologist, the disintegration of Pangaea, plates नहीं है यहाँ पे, सब कुछ वही है, सिर्फ the words will change. यहाँ पे Pangaea आएगा, led to the formation of long Mediterranean Sea called Tethys between the two land masses of Angara land and Gondwana land, some 180 million years ago. During the end of Paleozoic and the beginning of the Mesozoic era, the Tethys Sea almost was running all across the world. इतना हमें मेंस में लिखना नहीं है. This is for your understanding. You should just know कि there was a presence of the Tethys Sea around 1 million years ago between these two land masses. Directly during the Cretaceous period, the bed of the sea started rising. उससे पहले eroded material from both the two land masses were deposited in the Tethys and could assume the considerable thickness. उसके बाद during the Cretaceous period, याद है Deccan lava plateau was formed in the Cretaceous period. Why it was formed? Because India started moving northwards. So कोई भी plate कब move करेगी northward? During the Cretaceous period, the bed of the sea started rising, which led to the folding of the successive ranges of the Himalayas. First, Great Himalayas. Second, during the Miocene period, Lesser Himalayas. And third, during the Pliocene period, Shivaliks. As it is answer है plate tectonics का, सिर्फ words change हो जाएंगे. Plates, Indian plate and Eurasian plate. यहाँ पे words क्या है? Gondwana land and Angara land. Fine. सिर्फ इतना याद रखो, 3 periods है of the formation of the Himalayas. M, Miocene, Middle Himalayas. अब आपको याद रखना है सिर्फ which period? Eocene, Great Himalayas, and Pliocene, the Shivalik ranges. And this is the diagram. We have already drawn this diagram. The only thing is, it has to be very specific. Angara land, Deccan plateau, the beach में geosyncline, folding occurred to give rise to the Kunlun mountains. Tibetan plateau is a median mass, that is the part which did not got folded, and then we have the 3 ranges of the Himalayas. Fine. Value addition. This is for value addition. इसमें से कुछ भी एक, I have given you all the 3. उसमें से कोई भी एक. These 2 are very important. Kober and Suez. इस साल मेंस में कोबर की थियोरी came. So you can quote any one thinker from this. तीनों के तीनों quote करने की जरूरत नहीं. I will prefer Kober. इसके बाद ये आना चाहिए. Thus, according to the Kober, he has to try to establish the relationship between the ancient rigid land masses and orogen mobile zones or geosynclines. Orogen is also known as a geosyncline. Thus, he tried to explain the origin of the mountains on the basis of his geosynclinal theory. According to this theory, Tethys Sea occupied the present-day place of the Himalayas and was bordered by Angara land. During the Eocene period, these cratogens are rigid land masses, started converging, as the result of which folds were formed along the northern and southern boundary of Tethyan sediments. देखो इंटरनेशनल डायग्राम किसका रिस्पेक्टेड है? कोबर का. सो अगर व्यू लिखना है तो कोबर का ही लिखेंगे. सो जैसे ये दोनों आ रहे हैं, दिस हैव स्टार्टेड फोल्डिंग. सेंटर में प्रेशर सबसे कम था, इसलिए वो फोल्ड नहीं हुआ. Giving birth to both Kunlun mountains in the north and Himalayas in the south. The Tibetan plateau as a median mass between these two mountains remains unaffected by the folding, although it was slightly raised. Due to the intense nature of the compressional forces. During the uphill, the Himalayan foredip was formed. Foredip means depression was formed, whose infilling led to the formation of the Ganga plains. Fine. Similar view was propounded by Suez, Holmes, etc. Bas, baat khatam. Second, plate tectonics. This diagram will come. this is something new for you because this is related only to the Himalayas. So this is something new. The credit of introducing this theory goes to Harry Hess, Dietz and Morgan and Pichon. This is something new. Kiska? Plate tectonic theory and Himalayas. Now something new you are going to find out. इसीलिए बीच में क्लास राइटअप की जगह है. फाइन. अब हाउ दिस इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द अर्लियर थियरी. कुछ नहीं, लैंग्वेज थोड़ी चेंज हो जाएगी. इट विल बी मोर एंड मोर factual in nature. That means it is going to tell you exactly कैसे कैसे Himalayas are formed. But language easy है printed notes की. Have you read this? So it is a converging boundary of the plates where the folded mountains like Himalaya built up. इसके लिखने की जरूरत नहीं. The resultant lateral compression squeezes and folds the sediments deposited on the either side of the continental plates, and margins or the sediments of the geosyncline lie between the two. That is, even the plate tectonic theory supports the geosynclinal theory. According to this theory, around 70 to 65 million years ago, there was an extensive geosyncline. The Tethys Sea began to contract due to the converging movement of the two plates. Around 60 million years ago, Indian plate came very close to the Asian plate and it started subducting. परसों के लेक्चर में मैंने कहा कि सबडक्शन नहीं हो रहा है और यहाँ पे हम लिख रहे हैं सबडक्टिंग. क्यों? अंडरस्टैंड दिस. This caused lateral compression due to which the sediments of the Tethys Sea were squeezed and folded into the three parallel ranges of the Himalayas around 30 to 20 million years ago. Sial Sima wala basic concept. When both Sial and Sima are colliding, Sima is always going to subduct. If Sial and Sial is colliding, there will be no subduction. Right? Subduction does not means नीचे जाना. Subduction means नीचे जाके melt होना और उसके बाद volcanic eruptions होना. Fine? Subduction does not mean सिर्फ नीचे चले जाना. Subduct हुआ है इसीलिए हमने लिखा है. The first major phase of uplift initially produced what? Trans-Himalayas. ये है advancement over geosyncline theory. Geosyncline theory is not talking. The first initial phase produced Trans-Himalayas before the formation of Great Himalayas. Due to subduction, it resulted into large amount of ultra basic rocks known as ophiolites. Known as ophiolites. Basalt जैसा ही ophiolites. So जो वीडियो में दिखाया था उस दिन कि it is coming up. So क्या आया है? Ophiolite. It is an ultra basic rock. Tethys Sea के मार्जिन्स में मतलब हमेशा प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स हमेशा मार्जिन्स पे ही होगा. प्लेट बाउंड्रीज पे ही तो होगा हमेशा प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स. Look at the rock. कौन सा कलर है? Total black. What does it mean? Basalt. Basalt से भी ज़्यादा बेसिक रॉक है ये. That is ophiolites. Basalt थोड़े ऊपर डेप्थ पे है, उसके भी नीचे होता है ophiolite. So जितना नीचे है rock, the more lower the rock is, there will be more iron because iron will be more denser, and iron in the form of oxides is responsible for giving black color to the rocks. Total black in color. Mount Kailash. Right? This is sediments. This is the proper mountain. So ट्रांस हिमालयास कोई कहता है, इफ यू लुक इन द रिसर्च पेपर्स दे से इट इज नॉट इवन अ फोल्ड माउंटेन्स. कोई कहता है these are nothing but large amount of ultra basic rocks known as ophiolites which has flown for a longer distance. Fine? Understanding everyone? It also created a rift valley which is known as Indo-Sangpo Suture Zone. Today you will understand what is this rift valley. Uske baad sediments got folded in 3 successive phases giving rise to 3 important ranges of the Himalayas. Pehle kya hua? Pehle Tethys Sea went below the Eurasian plate. It gave large scale volcanic eruptions which resulted into the formation of ophiolites. Yes. यूरेशियन प्लेट. तो इसीलिए तो टेथिस से नीचे चला गया उसके. इंडियन प्लेट नीचे से पुश कर रही है उसको. इंडियन प्लेट इज पुशिंग इट फ्रॉम बिलो. जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी याद है? यूरेशियन प्लेट है, बीच में टेथिस सी है, नीचे पीछे से इंडियन प्लेट इज पुशिंग. सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग टू द टेथिस सी का फ्लोर? इट इज सबडक्टिंग. फिर इंडियन प्लेट आएगा और इंडियन प्लेट सबडक्शन होना बंद कर देगा. And this has to be there in our optional answer. So ophiolites has to be there in our optional answer. This has to be there. It has been estimated that the convergence has caused a coastal shortening of 500 kilometers in the Himalayan region, and it is compensated by the sea floor spreading along the oceanic ridge in the Indian Ocean region. Since the northward movement of the Indian plate is still continuing, the height of Himalayas is still increasing. Fine? Plate tectonic origin. But now it is optional, so there is something which is new for you. While the plate tectonic theory finds highest number of supporters among the academic world, there is no breadth of scholars, means there are certain limitations of the plate tectonic theory. ये भी लिखना है. अब ये बुक की लैंग्वेज में नहीं लिखना है. There are certain limitations. What is the first limitation? Some say this is the first limitation. The Gondwana plate or the Indian plate or the Gondwana shield is not only up to Himalayas, it is right up to Tain Shan ranges. So where is Tain Shan? कुनलुन शान, उसके बाद है तेन शान चाइना में. तो कोई साइंटिस्ट कहता है कि नहीं, गोंडवाना प्लेट तो तेन शान तक है. So how you can say it is a convergent plate boundary? So the supporters of this view say कि Himalayas are not the mountains which are located at the plate boundaries. These are, the Himalayas are intercontinental mountains as they are not due to continental collision. They are intercontinental mountains. These are the people who support the geosynclinal view. ये व्यू अभी रिजेक्टेड है, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. इसलिए मैंने पढ़ाया नहीं था तब, बट हमें इंडियन ज्योग्राफी में थोड़ा मेंशन करना है. सो उनका कहना है हिमालयाज आर नथिंग बट द फ्रैक्चर्ड मटेरियल इन द मिडल ऑफ इंडो टिबेटियन प्लेट. तो इनका क्या कहना है कि यूरेशियन प्लेट का पार्ट नहीं है तिब्बत. तिब्बत इज अ पार्ट ऑफ इंडियन प्लेट एंड द फ्रैक्चर्ड मटेरियल इज द हिमालयाज. ये एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकते, इसलिए इस व्यू को हम ये सिर्फ मेंशन करना है और फिर कंक्लूजन, इसलिए क्लास राइट अप के लिए जगह है. यस, देयर आर सर्टेन लिमिटेशंस में ये एक लाइन में लिखना है. द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द रॉक्स डिड्यूस्ड फ्रॉम द रॉक्स एक्सपोज्ड एट द सरफेस इज टुवर्ड्स द साउथ इन द हिमालयन आर्क, towards the west in Burmese arc and towards the east in the Baluchistan arc. अब ये एग्जाम में लिखने की जरूरत नहीं, but why this theory is accepted? Why there are some people who do not support this plate tectonic theory because they say कि जो Himalayan arc है, syntaxial bend in the Himalayas है, उसमें rocks का डायरेक्शन साउथ की तरफ है. इसका मतलब वहां पे प्लेट जो है, इफ इट इज एन पार्ट ऑफ इंडियन प्लेट, वहां पे द रॉक्स का डायरेक्शन शुड हैव बीन टू द नॉर्थ. उस वहां पे द रॉक्स का डायरेक्शन इज टुवर्ड्स द साउथ, व्हिच मींस कि इट इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ इंडियन प्लेट. इट इज नॉट फॉर्म ड्यू टू कोलिजन. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? नहीं. If the Indian plate is pushing the Eurasian plate, resulting into formation of Himalayas, direction of the rocks in this region should be towards the north. कुछ लोगों को यहाँ पे डायरेक्शन मिला है towards the south. इसका मतलब Himalayas are not on the plate boundaries, they are intercontinental mountains. Fine. और उनको मिला है the direction towards the west in the Burmese arc. देखो अभी तक हमारा नॉलेज क्या है? Indian plate is going towards the Eurasian plate. So the direction of the rock should be north or east. अब यहाँ पे कैसा है direction? Towards the south or towards the west. Means Asian plate is coming towards the Indian plate. इसका मतलब ये हो सकता है. Understanding this? Don't worry, this all has been negated. This very well supports the northerly movements of the Indian shield. On the basis of seismological observations, has concluded that Indian and Asian plates have underthrust into the upper mantle, forming a V-shaped pocket of the intermediate focus earthquakes. नहीं समझ में आएगा? इन दोनों का कहना है कि इससे हमें ये पता लगता है कि Himalayas are not an outcome of plate boundaries. Himalayas are an outcome of Indian plate and Eurasian plate. दोनों submerge हो गए and V-shaped part बन गया, and that V-shaped part is Kunlun Shan, Altun Shan, Tibet, and दूसरा Himalayas. Understanding? Imagination. I have removed 2-3 statements from there. That is why it is not making any sense. मैंने 3-4 वहां से लाइंस जो काम की नहीं है वो निकाल दिए. Yes, it is just observation. This is the criticism. This is the criticism of this criticism. बीच में जो लाइंस थी 5-6 लाइंस वो मैंने निकाल दिए. Why? Because when the plate tectonics theory came in 1960, ये मुझे आपको बताना था. When the plate tectonics theory came in 1960, there were only 2 types of plate boundaries. That is the ocean-ocean convergence, ocean-continent convergence. When the thinkers like this could not explain the formation of Himalayas, when this thing was questioned during this time, फिर R. Srivastav और इंडियन थिंकर्स ने और इंडियन जोग्राफर्स ने और स्टडी किया, एंड दे इन 1973 केम आउट विथ concept of continent collision. Understanding? They came out with the concept of continent collision. But problem होता है क्योंकि जब भी हम plate tectonics पढ़ते हैं हम तीनों पढ़ते हैं. We don't study उसका पूरा origin. Getting it? So this is what is the formation of the Himalayas as per plate tectonics. So what you should write again, यहाँ तक तो पूरा लिखो, fine? उसके बाद लिखो कि there have been limitations, that is some scientists say that Himalayas are not fold mountains, Himalayas are intercontinental mountains and they are not due to continental collision, they are heap of fractured material in the middle of Indo-Tibetan plate. Fine? ये सब लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. This is for your understanding I have given you. Fine? ये सब मत लिखो आंसर में. But conclusion में R. Srivastav is of the opinion that the pattern of crustal seismicity observed in the region has been associated with flat tectonics in the recently proposed continent collision. Fine? That is, Himalayas are now surely an outcome of plate tectonics, but which collision? Continent collision. किसने दिया था ये concept? Srivastav ने.
Will this collision explain the direction of rocks towards the south?
Yes. continent. It is because of the continent collision. The more pressure is given on the southern side. हाँ, कॉन्टिनेंट कोलिजन ही है ये, बीच में के लोगों ने उसको कॉम्प्लेक्स कर दिया था. साउथ की तरफ क्यों है डायरेक्शन ऑफ द रॉक्स? बिकॉज मैक्सिमम पुश इज फ्रॉम द साउथ. वेस्ट की तरफ क्यों है रॉक्स? बिकॉज मैक्सिमम पुश इज फ्रॉम द वेस्ट. वेस्ट में क्या है? इंडियन प्लेट. उल्टा. Indian is more denser than the Eurasian plate. Eurasian plate totally, सिर्फ marginal parts of the Eurasian plate are what you can say oceanic. Indian plate. Which one? The initial direction towards north, the upper direction, mean of the Himalayas and all that. Some parts are towards north direction, some are below. नहीं, तुम दो concepts को कुछ तो confuse कर रहे हो. मुझे कौन की किसकी थियरी मान ली जाती थी? वैगनर का तो कुछ संबंध ही नहीं है. हाँ 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 हाँ. वैगनर वैसे भी गलत था. वैगनर कह रहा है कि यूरेशिया भी नॉर्थ की तरफ जा रहा है. हाँ, बट पूरा फिर प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स और कन्वेक्शनल करंट थियरी गलत होती कि यूरेशिया नीचे की तरफ आ रहा है. सी, डेंसिटी इज डिटरमाइंड बाय कितना कॉन्टिनेंटल पार्ट है, कितना ओशनिक पार्ट है. यूरेशियन प्लेट में कॉन्टिनेंटल प्लेट पार्ट ज्यादा है. इन द इंडियन प्लेट देयर इज मोर ऑफ एन ओशनिक पार्ट. सो विच इज मोर डेंसर? इंडियन प्लेट. राइट. ये लास्ट वाली चीज नहीं डालनी चाहिए थी. आई थॉट कि थोड़ा वैल्यू एडिशन के लिए डाल देता हूं मैं, एंड यू गॉट कंफ्यूज्ड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट. अलग प्लेट, सेपरेट प्लेट नहीं है. इट इज अ क्रस्ट, कॉन्टिनेंटल क्रस्ट. प्लेट्स मत समझो. whether it is a continental crust, whether it is a oceanic crust. If it is an oceanic crust, it will subduct. If it is a, yes, if it is a continental crust, it will not subduct. Alps, continent collision, but Alps are intra means between the continents. Alps, one side is the Eurasian plate, नीचे there is a African plate, but in between there is Mediterranean Sea. So Alps are in today's Alps are in that stage when Trans-Himalayas were there. So the way Trans-Himalayas have been formed, there was a Tethys Sea and they were volcanic in origin. The similar way Alps are being formed. Once the African plate will continuously come and hit the Eurasian plate, and there will be no Mediterranean Sea in between, then there will be Alps will be same like Himalayas. That is going to occur after. Yes, पूछो. हाँ, हिमालयास तो कॉन्टिनेंट कोलिजन है. सेडिमेंट टेथिस सी का है क्योंकि टेथिस सी गड्ढा था. कौन सा स्क्रैपिंग मतलब? रुको रुको रुको, तुम्हें ये वीडियो देख के सब ये हमने वीडियो देखा था, हम फिर से देखेंगे। देखो इंडिया को देखो, मेडिटेरेनियन सी था बीच में। So today's Alps are in volcanic origin क्योंकि बीच में मेडिटेरेनियन सी है, just like Trans Himalayas। क्यों? क्योंकि मेडिटेरेनियन सी के नीचे का क्रस्ट इज ओशियनिक सीमा and it is going to subduct due to gravity. But once the Mediterranean Sea is being destroyed, Alps will be same like Himalayas, continent collision, and वहाँ पे भी then there will be no earthquakes, sorry there will be no volcanoes। Getting it? ये है। अब when this plate third area of continent collision, अब यहाँ से यहाँ तक ऑस्ट्रेलिया आया है, so obviously the rivers are going to put the sediments which are coming from the Australia, and Australia का movement is going to put the sediments on the floor of the sea in between। Fine? Sea ka floor will become very heavy. Obviously, it is going to sink and subduct because of increase in the density. And when the Australia will come and hit Asia, they will be same like Himalayas। यहाँ पे भी marine fossils, marine evidences मिलेंगे। ये मुझे दिखाना था बस। अंडरस्टैंडिंग? सो ट्रांस हिमालयस क्या है? वॉल्केनिक इन ओरिजिन। क्यों? क्योंकि तब टेथिस सी था। एंड व्हाट आर द हाउ आर द ग्रेट हिमालयस? दे आर नॉट वॉल्केनिक इन ओरिजिन बिकॉज इट इज एन एग्जांपल ऑफ कॉन्टिनेंट कोलिशन, राइट? सो क्लास राइट अप में 2-3 लाइन्स। Thus we can conclude that plate tectonic theory through its continent collision through its continent collision explains the formation of the Himalayas, and this concept of the plate tectonics has proved that Himalayas came from the Tethys geosyncline. Himalayas came from the Tethys geosyncline. Himalayas came from the Tethys geosyncline. Himalayas came from Tethys geosyncline. मतलब plate tectonics theory has not negated the geosyncline theory. It is a built up of a geosyncline theory. Fine? And बचा हुआ diagram. So geography जिनका graduation में था, you must be knowing the book R.C. Tiwari. 2, 3. R.C. Tiwari में R.C. Tiwari is considered the best book on India physical geography. Fine. But problem ये है कि R.C. Tiwari में diagrams नहीं है, which is required for UPSC. R.C. Tiwari में और third view है regarding the formation of the Himalayas. So इसका मतलब नहीं कि जितने views है सब पढ़ने हैं. There are some scientists who are saying that Himalayas came just out of vertical upliftment. They are nothing but batholiths. But it does not mean they are all right. Fine. So हम UPSC के लिए दो ही book लेंगे, दो ही views रखेंगे, that is geosynclinal view and this view. Fine. Plate tectonic view. And there will be 3 diagrams in the exam. So you can draw the diagram with me. Stage 1, Indian plate, Asian plate, there is a subsidence because there is a sedimentation on the Tethys Sea. What does it show? Which plate is subducting? Indian plate is subducting. क्या दिखाता है? The sediments of the Tethys Sea have been folded. And there is volcanic eruption. ये किसकी बात हो रही है? हिमालयस और ट्रांस हिमालयस की. This is trans Himalayas. देखो dots, dots. That means the sediments of the Tethys Sea flora have been folded, plus there has been volcanic eruption. उस दिन हमने वीडियो देखा, हिमालयाज में ग्रेनाइट है, ट्रांस हिमालयाज का आज मैंने फोटो दिखाया, प्योरली ओफियोलाइट्स और बसाल्ट है. Can I draw third figure? सबडक्शन बंद हो गया, देखो उतना ही है, इट इज नॉट गोइंग बिलो. अब ट्रांस हिमालयस कहाँ चले गए? पीछे. न्यू क्या है? These are further sediments of the Tethys Sea. Indian plate, is it subducting? No, it has stopped. Cut हो गया Indian plate from here. Clear? Done with it? Now take one question. Explain why the Shivaliks present the biggest challenge. Shivaliks present the biggest challenge in explaining the formation of the Himalayas. Shivaliks present the biggest challenge in explaining the formation of the Himalayas. Explaining the formation of the Himalayas. You could have taken it in the printed notes only, क्योंकि आंसर उसके बाद ही है. So turn the page. क्या दिया है? शिवालिक्स. Fine. इसी का आंसर है वो. Shivaliks present the biggest challenge in the explaining the formation of the Himalayas. Now, what is Shivaliks? Just a general view. आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ, what is Shivalik? Plate tectonics say you can easily explain the formation of first two ranges of the Himalayas, but Shivaliks are the biggest challenge for geographers. क्यों? क्योंकि Shivaliks में तीन चीजें देखी जाती है. It is made of marine sediments, मतलब it came out of Tethys Sea. तो Himalayas are also made up of marine sediments. But उसके बाद the Shivaliks are made up of alluvial fans and alluvial cones, मतलब fluvial sediments. तो fluvial sediments कहाँ पे होते हैं? In the plains, in the plains, fine. Fluvial sediments are found in the plains. They are found in the Shivaliks also. Shivaliks are not continuous. They are broken. Duars and dunes, fine. Shivaliks में बहुत ज़्यादा पानी है, बहुत ज़्यादा lakes है. इसका मतलब there was Shivaliks are not the Himalayas. Shivaliks are the parts of the plains which have been now folded. For example, कल suppose the plate tectonics behaves very strongly and suddenly Indian plate का movement starts increasing, तो ये पूरा region fold हो जाएगा, fine. इस पूरे region में अब the sediments will not be made up of granite and gneiss. Sediments किससे बनेंगे? Alluvial soil का. पूरा that mountain will be made up of alluvial soil. And Yamuna बह रही है, Ganga बह रही है. This all regions will be cut and it will form big freshwater lakes. Understanding? So यही दिखता है हमें Shivaliks में. इसीलिए Shivaliks are the biggest challenge of the formation of the Himalayas. Before we read anything, tell me, are Ganga, Brahmaputra and Indus antecedent rivers or not? Yes, antecedent rivers means they were formed prior to the formation of the Himalayas, right? Antecedent hai. Don't go by the books, don't go by the test series. मैंने अब फोरम की एक टेस्ट सीरीज देखी है, उसमें दिया है कि गंगा इज नॉट ए एंटीसीडेंट रिवर, इंडस एंड ब्रह्मपुत्रा इज द एंटीसीडेंट रिवर. नहीं, गंगा, ब्रह्मपुत्रा, इंडस, सतलज, रावी, चेनाब, बियास सारी की सारी एंटीसीडेंट है, फाइन. गंगा कहाँ से बनती है? गंगोत्री. गंगोत्री से भागीरथी निकल रही है. अलकनंदा कहाँ से निकलती है? नहीं नहीं, टेक्निकलिटीज में नहीं गए हैं. हाँ, सो इंडो ब्रह्मा रिवर थी नहीं, वो देखो आपके इसमें डायग्राम है. देयर वर टू रिवर्स, वन इज द इंडो ब्रह्मा रिवर, द अदर इज द टिबेटियन रिवर. नाउ कमिंग बैक टू द हैंडआउट. Now this was the Tethys Sea, याद रखना. And when the Tethys Sea was being formed, इतना ज़्यादा sedimentation हुआ कि the Tethys Sea, as per some scientists, got divided into two: Indo-Brahma or Shivalik River and Tibetan River. Indo-Brahma River used to flow from Assam till Gulf of Sindh. If you remember geomorphology, oceanography में हमने किया था कि Indus का alluvial fan सबसे बड़ा है. Remember? Alluvial fan, Indus का, समंदर के नीचे alluvial fan is so big. Submarine canyon, क्यों? Sediments, तब के ज़माने के. This was one of the mighty river which used to flow across India. And what is this? Nothing but the Tethys Sea, which over the period of time due to compression was converted into river. And this Indo-Brahma river got converted into Brahmaputra. सबसे पहले collision हुआ. Fine. Where did the collision occur? Syntaxial bend, यहाँ पे, if you remember. The first collision, India is moving this way. So first collision occurred here. And as a result of this, the Shivalik river or Indo-Brahma river got divided into two parts: Indus and Brahmaputra. Straight जा रही थी. Fine. Then the India has got fixed here. ऐसे हुक के जैसा हो गया. And then later on India reverted. मतलब India should have gone straight, but it got fixed here. And after fixing, ये बाकी का पार्ट ऐसे ऐसे आने लग गया. Understanding? India got fixed here. अब आगे नहीं जा सकता. So India started moving like this, reverted. As India started moving like this, यहाँ पे एक बर्मीज प्लेट है छोटी, उससे टकराया. अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स, नागा हिल्स, मणिपुर हिल्स एंड मिजो हिल्स. बट डायरेक्ट कोलिजन नहीं है, हेड ऑन कोलिजन नहीं है, साइडवेज कोलिजन है. इसीलिए मणिपुर हिल्स, नागा हिल्स, पूर्वांचल की हाइट कम है. फाइन. एंड देन इंडिया गॉट फिक्स्ड हियर. फाइन. सो उसके बाद सेकेंड सिंटैक्सियल बैंड एंड ब्रह्मपुत्र वाज फोर्स्ड टू कम टू इंडिया. And then India started moving again upwards in this manner. When it started moving upwards in this manner, परसों के लेक्चर में हमने किया था कि यहाँ पे rocks were the softest rocks. So इनकी height exactly बढ़ गई. And therefore third river was Ganga. Look at Indian mythology. Ganga was flowing. तबाही मचा रही थी दुनिया पे. Right? Then Bhagirath did tapasya. He brought Shiv. एंड शिव जी ने फिर जटा बनाई एंड गंगा को कैप्चर कर लिया. व्हाट डज द इंडियन माइथोलॉजी से? कि गंगा पहले से थी, फिर जटा मतलब क्या? हिमालयस. फाइन. सो गंगा इज एन एंटीसीडेंट रिवर. गेटिंग इट? You just have to go to mythology to understand many things. The three lifelines of India. And फिर उसको तो अलग अलग स्टोरीज बनाई है, बट ओनली गॉड दैट हैज त्रिशूल इज Shiva. Ganga, Brahmaputra, Saras and Indus. These are the three things that come out of. फिर वो त्रिशूल को अलग अलग ये दे दिया, mythology, stories वो सब में. But you have to understand why. Technically, geographically, the larger river is Alaknanda. But as a respect to Indian sentiments, हम कहते हैं Ganga is Bhagirathi. Technically, as per geography, Ganga should be Alaknanda, Bhagirathi is उसका tributary. But because of this mythological reasons, हम कहते हैं कि गंगा is भागीरथी, then it joins अलकनंदा and बनती है गंगा. Fine? While it is not very difficult to explain the origin of two northerly ranges of the Himalayas, Shivalik possesses a number of problems. Why it possesses a number of problems? Because of the thickness of the sediments in the Shivalik ranges between 4,500 to 6,100 meters. मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा sediments हैं in the Shivaliks. 6,000 meter का sediments है. There should be rocks, there should not be sediment if it is a fold mountain. Second, the sediments are new. That means it did not form that time. And third, the deposits also contain marine fossils. Had it contained only marine fossils? Yes, plate tectonics. Had the sediments not been of the river origin, new, तो फिर कोई problem नहीं. But because of these things, therefore, so unlike the Himalayas which are caused due to folding, Shivaliks are caused due to two major processes, that is deposition and उसके बाद uplift. दोनों हुआ है. किसने deposit किया है? The rivers which have made alluvial fans. These are the कहाँ पे डिपॉजिट करती है रिवर? नेवर इन द माउंटेन्स, इन द प्लेन्स. सो पहले प्लेन्स थे शिवालिक्स एंड देन द रिवर्स हैव डिपॉजिटेड एंड उसके बाद एज द इंडियन प्लेट इज मूविंग अपवर्ड्स दे हैव बीन अपलिफ्टेड. एंड दिस हैज बीन योर क्वेश्चन ट्वाइस. एक्सप्लेन द फॉर्म. इसलिए देखो पास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चंस में क्यों शिवालिक्स ही पूछते हैं, क्यों कभी नहीं पूछते फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द ग्रेट हिमालयस. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? पेपर 2 में आएगा सिर्फ शिवालिक, क्योंकि शिवालिक ही एक्सेप्शन है. have played a significant role in the formation. So पहले सबसे पहले डिपॉजिट हुआ, उसके बाद फोल्डिंग हुआ. फोल्डिंग में अप wrapping syncline, sorry anticline, and down wrapping syncline. So the considerable thickness of the Shivalik sediments is attributed to the tectonic down wrapping. It is worth mentioning that Shivalik is not continuous range, instead it depicts discontinuity which is called Doon in the west and Duars in the east. GS में हम क्या कहते हैं? ये plains है. Fine? कैसे फॉर्म हुआ है? हम ऊपर ऊपर से करते हैं. Now you should know Doons and Duars are two different ranges of the Shivalik only. Why they are known as Doons in the west and Duars in the east? Because if you even look today, rivers दो जगह है. One is east में ब्रह्मपुत्र है उसका ट्रिब्यूटरी सिस्टम. सेंट्रल में इंडिया में रिवर्स नहीं है. नेपाल के आसपास से कोई मेजर रिवर्स नहीं है. इंडिपेंडेंट रिवर्स है सिर्फ वेस्टर्न पार्ट में. सिक्किम के आसपास कोई मेजर रिवर नहीं है एक्सेप्ट फॉर महानंदा. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? सो ये खाली जगह है. एंड देन Ganga and Indus. So Ganga and Indus ka is Doon. Alluvial fans of made by Ganga and Indus is Doon, and alluvial fan made by Brahmaputra and uska system is Duars. Getting it? Understanding? So these are alluvial fans. जो इसीलिए एनसीईआरटी में लिखा है कि शिवालिक्स रन विथ कंटिन्यूटी एक्सेप्ट दे डिसअपियर नियर तीस्ता. Why? Because वहां पे कोई alluvial fan नहीं है. So there are three important theories that talk about the formation of the Shivaliks. एक है, according to this view, natural levees. Shivalik range is nothing but the natural levees of Shivalik river which has been subjected to folding by the compressional forces. According to the exponent of this view, after the formation of two northern ranges, Tethys Sea was reduced to a narrow river channel which was named as the Shivalik rivers by Pilgrim and Pascoe. And you can draw this diagram, Shivalik river, and Shivalik river की ऐसे ऐसे tributaries आने लग गए. फिर the Gondwana land, इस पूरे region को क्या कहेंगे हम? दून. और इस पूरे region को हम क्या कहेंगे? दुआर. बीच में कहाँ नहीं है? यहाँ पे नहीं है शिवालिक्स. Understanding this? This river was flowing in the northwesterly direction from east, taking a long course from Assam to Aravallis. This river deposited huge quantity of debris along the banks to form natural levees. You already know what is natural levees. Natural levees is always found in the flood plain of a river. And during the Pliocene period, the bed of the Shivalik river started rising and its natural levees were compressed to form Shivaliks. Right? Critics, natural levees 1200 से 1800 मीटर थिक नहीं हो सकता. यह है critics. दूसरा है alluvial fans. According to this theory, after the upwell of the Himalayas, many rivers descended from the mountain and discharged their water into the Shivalik river. Many rivers originated from the mountains and they started depositing the sediments in which river? Shivalik river. Due to the break of the slope. What do you mean by break of the slope? Means due to the starting of mature stage. Slope जहाँ पे break होता है, old age, youthful age जहाँ खत्म होता है. Rivers accumulated huge debris of sand and gravel in the Piedmont area. You already know what is Piedmont area? Foot of a mountain, forming number of alluvial fans. Later alluvial fans joined together to form bigger fans. And during the Pliocene period, this material of these fans were compressed to form Shivaliks. क्या फर्क है पहले दो इसमें? दोनों कहते हैं प्रोसेस तो वही है. एक कह रहा है कि नेचुरल लेविस से बना है. One is saying it is formed due to the coalescence of alluvial fan. This is more accepted. Yeah. The coalescence of the alluvial fans will not form such long range as Shivaliks. The material of the alluvial fan cannot assume the height. दोनों के criticism वही है. And no such fan has been found in any part of the world. A range formed through the coalescence of different fans will not exhibit, this is more important, structural similarity as has been this view. Understanding this point? तीनों लिखना है आपको क्योंकि क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी क्या पूछती है, चैलेंज क्यों है. सो पहला कि क्रिटिसिज्म्स क्या है, सेकंड के क्रिटिसिज्म्स क्या है, और थर्ड प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स क्या कहता है कि प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स यही कहेगा. According to this hypothesis, lakes, silting of lakes, there were numerous lakes जिसके अंदर silt deposit हुआ and वो silt बन गया Shivaliks. Formation of two northern ranges of the Himalayas, the remaining part of the Tethys Sea was broken into number of lakes of different size and shape. उसके बाद rivers descending from the Himalayas region deposited their debris in the lakes due to which they become shallower and shallower. And during the Pliocene era, they were uplifted to form Shivaliks. अब इसने कौन सा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किया? ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किया. कैसे? बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज मेड अप ऑफ सिल्ट, सो स्ट्रक्चरल सिमिलैरिटी होगी. दूसरा क्वेश्चन है व्हाई शिवालिक्स आर नॉट कंटिन्यूअस, उसने ये भी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किया, बिकॉज लेक्स कंटिन्यूअस नहीं थे इसलिए शिवालिक्स आर नॉट कंटिन्यूअस. गेटिंग इट? और इसी को बिल्ड किया प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स ने. प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स ने कहा कि फोल्ड माउंटेन्स एक्चुअली है हिमालयस एंड ग्रेट हिमालयस एंड मिडल हिमालयस. उसके बाद प्लेन्स बनने शुरू हो गए और अभी धीरे धीरे प्लेन्स आर गेटिंग फोल्डेड एंड दिस फोल्डेड प्लेन्स आर शिवालिक्स. फाइन. सो दैट इज व्हाई आई टेल यू इन द क्लास कि वेयर वी आर टुडे देयर विल बी द फोर्थ पैरेलल रेंज ऑफ द हिमालयस. इट विल बी सेम लाइक शिवालिक्स. Formed between northward movement and subduction under the Asian plate. The stress so generated produces fracture and down ramping of the crust, leading to formation of four dip. Means due to collision there was a fracture, an Indian plate went below. So क्या बन गया? गड्ढा. अब गड्ढा can be a trench if it is a proper subduction, and it will not be a trench if it is continent-continent collision. If it is continent-ocean collision, proper gadda banega. But because it is a continent-continent collision, a very big depression will be formed. Such depression is known as foredip. Our class is now happening in this foredip because this foredip has been filled by the rivers. And later on, such foredip plains was folded to form Shivaliks. Getting it? So how the answer will be? Answer will be all the four views. So the structure of the answer will be as it is I have given. सिर्फ आपको material कम करना है. Why it is a challenge and what are उसका possible explanations. Getting it? So that is all about the Himalayas. Plate tectonics. Plate tectonics is nothing but a continuation of upper two only. The only silly thing in the upper thing was one said only natural levees, दूसरा said only fans, तीसरा said only lakes. But the idea is the same. It is nothing but plains which have been folded. Plains है इसीलिए there are dunes and tals, lakes, Nainital, Bhimtal, etc. Are you carrying the atlas? So now open atlas. ओरियन ब्लैक स्वान क्यों खरीदा? ऑक्सफोर्ड खरीदो. ये खरीदो ऑक्सफोर्ड स्टूडेंट एटलस. जीएस के लिए तो एटलीस्ट ये खरीदो. फाइन. डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस इसमें से आते हैं जीएस में. उसको कभी कभी खोला करो. फाइन. ओपन द मैप ऑफ उत्तराखंड. At least sometimes use paper to study. You are going to write on the paper. In the map of Uttarakhand, go home today and write 20 words on the 4 to 5 map pointing questions which I am giving you. Fine? सबसे पहले, in the map of Uttarakhand, can you see Gangotri? Mark Gangotri. Source of origin of what it will be? Bhagirathi. उसके बाद can you see Kedarnath? Can you see Yamunotri? Can you see Badrinath? जोशीमठ, 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 JOSHIMATH। सो कल इसके ऊपर 20-20 क्वेश्चंस, 20-20 वर्ड्स। प्रीलिम्स के लिए फ्रीक्वेंट क्वेश्चन है, विच ऑफ द, ये 4-5 जगह देंगे और कौन सा हाईएस्ट है। अब बिना पढ़े हमें लगता है केदारनाथ हाईएस्ट है बिकॉज इट इज हैविंग द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ डिजास्टर्स, बट विच इज द हाईएस्ट? गंगोत्री, राइट? गंगोत्री इज द हाईएस्ट, ये याद रखो, एंड इट इज फारदेस्ट अवे प्रीलिम्स के लिए। व्हाट इज जोशीमठ का दूसरा नाम? इट इज विष्णुप्रयाग, विष्णुप्रयाग। And then Almora, Almora, अल्मोड़ा का सी, आई एम टेलिंग यू क्या कैसे लिखना है, कैसे प्रिपेयर होना चाहिए, कोई जरूरत नहीं। यू आर फ्रॉम देयर, हिमाचल प्रदेश, सॉरी दिस उत्तराखंड। अल्मोड़ा क्या लिखोगे? लोकेटेड इन द उत्तराखंड, फाइन। दूसरा क्या लिखोगे? ज्योग्राफिकली इट इज लोकेटेड इन द तराई रीजन ऑफ गंगा रिवर सिस्टम। फिर इट इज फेमस फॉर एंड किसके लिए फेमस है कल्चरली? रामकृष्ण आश्रम। ऐसे हर टॉपिक जो बचे हुए हैं उनके ऊपर लिख के लाओ। एंड ये प्रीलिम्स के लिए भी रिवाइज करके जाना, फाइन। First we'll start with the regional division of the Great Plains. Draw this diagram. क्या खासियत है हरियाणा प्लेन्स की? It acts as a water divide between Indus river system and the Ganga river system, because it acts as a water divide between the Satluj and Yamuna river. No need of making entire map of India. If the question comes on plains, just make this much map. So which river has the narrowest plains in India? Brahmaputra. And therefore Brahmaputra is known for floods. Aravallis है, जो black line railway track जैसी है, that is Aravallis. Which one? This one? Rajasthan plains. Bundelkhand, Peninsular Plateau. Bundelkhand, Bagelkhand, Chota Nagpur. उसके बाद विंध्यास, नर्मदा वैली, उसके बाद सतपुरास, तापी वैली, उसके बाद महाराष्ट्र प्लाटू, कर्नाटका प्लाटू, छत्तीसगढ़ प्लेन्स, तेलंगाना रायलसीमा प्लाटू एंड मेघालय प्लाटू ऑन दैट साइड. You only tell me the answer. क्यों अलग है from this and this? And from this, why Punjab plain is a separate geographical entity? लिखाऊंगा कुछ भी नहीं मैं, because this is the land which is made by 5 rivers. Right? This is the plain which is made by 5 rivers. Why this is separate? Why this is considered as a different geographical entity as compared to the Ganga plains? तो सबसे पहले you have to understand Aravallis यहाँ पे जाता है. Right? Aravallis go from this way. So because Aravallis are going, there is a depression, and that depression or basin is Haryana plains. Haryana plains do not have any river because Aravallis will act as a water divide between the Indus river system and the Ganga river system. Getting it? Rajasthan plains is different from the other plains because there are two things. Once upon a time, Rajasthan region was proper sea wala region. It was a sea, especially the southern part of Rajasthan. It was a proper sea, which over the period of time, rivers originating from the Himalayas filled up with the sediments and it became converted into plains. Getting it? So in the Rajasthan plain is different from the other plains because it has a combination of both marine as well as alluvial plains. ये कल मैं जो हैंड आउट दूंगा उसमें ये सब रहेगा. फाइन. और ये बहुत आसान है. Unlike Shivaliks, this is very easy. So Rajasthan plains is divided into two parts. Aravallis के west में, Aravallis के east में. The proper plains is found in this region. This is what is the region of the proper plains. Today, this region has a what you can say inland drainage system. And Luni is the most important river here, but this Luni river is a river of a region of an inland drainage system. That is, river Luni does not reach the sea. कहाँ पे end होती है river Luni? Kutch, Gulf of Kutch में. Which Gulf of Kutch? Great Run of Kutch या Little Run of Kutch? River Luni will end into ये सब करो प्रीलिम्स के लिए. फाइन, प्रीलिम्स करके जाओ इंडियन ज्योग्राफी का, आपका मेंस बहुत आसान है. सो यस, ये आया था, सॉल्टी हो जाएगा क्योंकि वो सॉल्ट में जाता है ना, ग्रेट रन ऑफ. तो फिर मैं 10 दिन पहले ज्योग्राफी ऑफ इंडिया पढ़ा रहा था. राइट किया, रॉन्ग किया? सही किया. स्टेट सर्विसेज में क्वेश्चन अच्छे होते हैं, ऑप्शंस वो लोग बहुत आसान बनाते हैं. यूपीएससी क्वेश्चंस आसान बनाते हैं, ऑप्शंस बहुत डिफिकल्ट बनाता है. सो रिवर लूनी इज द ओनली रिवर वर्थ मेंशनिंग which goes into the run of Kutch. Now why we are saying run of Kutch? Because you should know Kutch, Kathiawad. Kathiawad is peninsular plateau. Kutch is a plain. This was the sea once upon a time in which river Indus has filled large amount of sediments. And as a result, once upon a time this region was extremely fertile. But current affairs. पिछले साल के बैच में ये नहीं था, आपके बैच में ये एक्स्ट्रा है. बट ड्यू टू द कमिंग अप ऑफ द मेघालयन एज, क्योंकि अब ये प्रूव हुआ है, फाइन, there was 4,200 years of drought which resulted into this region में the rivers became inland, the rivers became dry, and today this region is just the region of deposited sediments. The sediment deposit is such that there is a large scale sediment deposit in this region and there is less sediment deposited in this region. Because the less sediment is deposited in this region, during the high tide sea level comes up and during the low tide sea goes down. कहाँ से आता है sea? Sediments के नीचे से. Sediments के नीचे आज भी समंदर है वहाँ पे. Sea level comes up and makes this region कीचड़ वाला या marshy, which is known as Run of Kutch, which is divided into two. River Luni का region, Great Run of Kutch. River Banas वाला region, Little Run of Kutch. Open the map of Gujarat. साबरमती वो सब उसके नीचे है, सरस्वती है. Fine, and you will see Run of Kutch is divided into two parts, Little Run and Great Run. Great Run of Kutch is upper part. Now why it is dotted? Because a कीचड़ वाला region. So river Luni enters into the Great Run of Kutch, and which is the river that is entering into the Little Run of Kutch? Banas and Saraswati. Rupenbi. Three important rivers that enter into the Little Run of Kutch. GS के लिए कौन सा important है? GS के लिए Little Run of Kutch important है because Little Run of Kutch is known for Indian Wildlife Sanctuary. Fine. Little Run of Kutch का जो western part है, वहां पे लिख सकते हो आप बन्नी grasslands. Little Run of Kutch का western part, that is बन्नी grasslands. किसके लिए फेमस है? चीरबत्ती. That is the, वो चलो वो GS के लिए ये चीरबत्ती ऑप्शनल में तो नहीं पूछेंगे. चीरबत्ती is ghost lights. पूर्णिमा एंड अमावस्या के दिन there is a sudden increase in the amount of lights that run in the sky. That is what is known as चीरबत्ती. So इसको कहते हैं ghost lights, and it is a region of original region for cheetah in India. Burney grasslands. क्यों डिस्ट्रॉय हुए? क्योंकि of this tree, this invasive species. 2017, Prosopis julifera is in the news. What it is? As it is an invasive species. Now we know it. But क्यों आया था? Because it has destroyed the Banni grassland region. And last year, these are the people, Maldharis of the Banni grassland, who had come to Delhi by taking their cattle Jantar Mantar pe for demanding them to be included into primitive vulnerable tribal groups. किस पे क्वेश्चन आया इस साल? PVTG पे. क्यों? क्योंकि ये लोग मार्च में आए थे. Fine? These people came in March to Delhi this month, this year. आपके जून में PVTG पे क्वेश्चन आया था. कितने लोग हैं उसमें? जाट्स यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं? फिशिंग. सी हाउ ज्योग्राफी चेंजेस द कल्चर. हरियाणा के जाट्स डोंट ईट नॉन वेज. फाइन. एंड यहाँ पे जाट्स आर एंगेजिंग फिशिंग एक्टिविटी. जो मेरे ओरिजिनल जाट दोस्त है वो बिल्कुल भी नॉन वेज नहीं खाते. आजकल नई जनरेशन का तो मुझे पता नहीं, पर वो दूध और दही. Fine. So what you should remember about the Rajasthan plains? It is divided into two parts. रनिंग नोट्स ले लो और यही रिवाइज करके जाना प्रीलिम्स के लिए. मेंस के लिए जो मैं कल दूंगा, जो इसमें फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स होगा. वेस्टर्न पार्ट एंड ईस्टर्न पार्ट. बीच में क्या है? अरावलीज. अंडरस्टैंडिंग? अरावली का वेस्ट, अरावली का ईस्ट. सो वेस्टर्न पार्ट is plains. Eastern part is plateau. Plains. I'll come to जियोलॉजी में नहीं आएगा डेजर्ट. Western part is arid and eastern part is semi-arid. Eastern part is semi-arid. Desert कहाँ पे है? Western part. Now this arid region मारुस्थल और मारुस्थली. मरुस्थल और मरुस्थली. फाइन. एंड सेमी एरिड. इट प्लाटू इज हमेशा ऊंचा इन हाइट. सो इस रीजन को कहते हैं मारवार रीजन. मारवार प्रोविंस. मारवार प्रोविंस क्या है? प्लाटू. मारुस्थली क्या है? डेजर्ट, प्लेन्स. मारवार, मारवाड़ीज. फाइन. So the people who come from Marwar are known as Marwadis. drainage. Which is the most important river of Haryana? Ghaggar. Ghaggar is nothing but Saraswati. Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati ki Saraswati is Ghaggar. What? नहीं नहीं, canal is different, river is different. Canal is at the Pakistan border. Ghaggar is a river जो मोस्टली ड्राई होती है. डिस्ट्रॉय हो गई. क्यों डिस्ट्रॉय हो गई? क्योंकि यमुना ने इसकी सारी ट्रिब्यूटरीज कैप्चर करके इट वेंट टुवर्ड्स गंगा. Region of badland topography. Fine. पंजाब प्लेन्स पे कभी क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा. सो इसलिए पढ़ना नहीं पढ़ना आपके ऊपर है. सिर्फ इतना याद रखना, इट इज अ लैंड ऑफ दोआब. दोआब इज two rivers. These are the important doabs in India. पढ़ने की भी जरूरत नहीं. बिस्ट, बियास और सतलज के बीच. बारी, बियास और रावी के बीच. रेचना, रावी एंड चेनाब. छाज, चेनाब एंड झेलम. सिंध सागर is between Sindhu Nadi, Indus. Which is the last doab in India? Which is India, which is Pakistan? बारी. फाइन. बारी दोआब तक है इंडिया में, बाकी सब पाकिस्तान में. पंजाब प्लेन्स नहीं ना, प्लेन्स नहीं है ना इंडिया में. झेलम और चेनाब के बीच इंडिया में हिमालयाज है. ये अटक गया है, पता नहीं क्यों. दिख रहा है अभी? रहने दो, रहने दो. Clear? Ganga plains you are not supposed to study. Brahmaputra plains एक दो लाइन्स है, उस पर भी क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा. That I will discuss tomorrow with the handout. We are coming to the most important part, that is, and जो सबसे टफ लगता है, sorry, origin of the plains. Don't draw anything. Everything along with the diagram is in the notes. Because I want you to now concentrate on what is this diagram? This is Asian plate. This is Indian plate. The Indian and Asian plate are coming together. Indian plate being slightly denser is going below the Eurasian plate. It is not subducting. It is going just sliding below the Eurasian plate, lifting the Eurasian plate upwards. नीचे जाके it is melting, जो उस diagram में बताया है. And melting के बाद it is still pushing the Eurasian plate upwards. But melting इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है कि it will result into formation of volcanoes. Fine? So it is pushing the Eurasian plate upwards. And after pushing the Eurasian plate upwards, एक गड्ढा बन गया. Here. इस गड्ढे में फिर the rivers that are coming from the Himalayas have deposited large amount of sediments. And these sediments have given rise to one of the flattest feature on the world, which is known as the Great Plains of India. Now, in geography, this depression, which has been formed between the Indian plate and the Eurasian plate, in geographical language, it is known as a four deep. It is not a trench, remember, it is a four deep. Four deep means a depression between the two continental plates. Unlike the trench, which is very narrow and very deep, four deep is never narrow, it is very wide and it is not that deep. So the rivers that have been coming from the Himalayas have deposited the sediments, resulting into formation of the Great Plains. That is what is the origin of the plains. And as the plains have originated, so एक बार plains बन गए, still there are rivers which have been flowing from India. Now this is the Shivalik mountain ranges. The rivers which are coming from the Shivalik mountain ranges, they start depositing huge amount of sediments in this region. But you already know the size of the sediments will keep on varying. Big sediment will be deposited first and then the smaller sediments will be deposited over the period of time. So as a result of this, in geomorphology, we say the Indian plate has two divisions. The Great Plains of India has two divisions. One along the foothills of the Shivalik, a continuous belt, जहाँ पे the sediments are so big कि अब river when it is flowing from the ground, below the rocks, या from the, that is the river is not visible. And यहाँ पे sediments इतने छोटे हो जाते हैं कि river is visible. So in geography, we divide this belt into two belts. One belt, ये क्या है? This is a feature, is an alluvial fan. This belt is known as Bhabar belt. क्या है Bhabar belt में? Huge sediments, boulders. And the next belt is what is known as the Tarai belt. क्यों नाम है Tarai belt? Because हिंदी word है तैर आना या तर आना. तर आना मीन्स ऊपर उठना, तैरना नहीं, ऊपर उठना. सो क्या ऊपर उठ गया? Re-emergence of streams occur in the Tarai belt. Fine. So this is what is the Bhabar and the Tarai belt. After that, if you look in the geography of India, river once it is coming this way, after that river is taking a bend and it is flowing in this direction. So this is the Bhabar belt, this is the Tarai belt of India. And once the river starts flowing, before the Pleistocene Ice Age का glaciation, river used to flow through huge valleys. And river used to deposit during the annual floods. River used to deposit all the sediments on the sides of these valleys. जब भी flood आता था, so it used to deposit. Understanding? Flood आया, river has crossed the channel and river used to deposit the sediments. But after the end of Pleistocene Ice Age, during the Pleistocene Ice Age, river got converted into ice, and after the end of Pleistocene Ice Age, suddenly there was a release of ice. So the volume of a river increased, and as the volume of a river increased, क्या हो गया? उसका V-shaped erosional capacity increased. As उसका V-shaped erosional capacity increased, river started eroding the ground, and therefore river eroded the ground much up to a greater depth. So आज की river, instead of flowing from the original site, today's river is flowing at much lower depth. This is where the today's river is flowing. Initially the river used to flow up to a larger depth. And आज भी floods आते हैं. So whenever there is floods, river deposit the sediments along the banks, giving rise to Khadar and Bangar. So what you should remember is, if this is the diagram, geomorphology of the plains is river, Khadar and Bangar. So how is the geomorphology of plains from north to south? Bhabar, Tarai, Bangar, Khadar. क्या है Bangar? Old alluvial sediments belonging to the Pleistocene era. What are these Khadar? New alluvial sediments belonging to every year. जब flood आती है, river will keep on depositing these sediments. Fine. So which soil is more fertile? जो हर साल renew होती है. So Khadar is more fertile. Which is not fertile? Bangar is not fertile. Khatam, plains. Getting it? Plains में कुछ भी नहीं है. Great Plains. This is the only question they will ask you in the plains. Any doubts here? And now we come to the toughest section. उसके लिए भी I require half an hour. Is the peninsular plateau. The peninsular plateau is made up of hills and highlands. ये क्या है? Aravallis, Vindhyas and Kaimur. Kailash the Himalayas. Vindhyas, Kaimur, Satpuras, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats. Fine. And highlands are, up you can draw this diagram. कौन सा? मारवाड़. दूसरा मालवा. तीसरा बुंदेलखंड. सौराष्ट्र प्लाटो. इसको हमें पढ़ना है डिटेल में. 1, 2, we have already studied 3, 4, 5. And याद रखो, this entire region is what is known as Deccan. Deccan and Deccan lava plateau are two different things. सेमी एरिड, माउंटेन्स नहीं है ना वहाँ कोई. सो कल हम ये फर्स्ट चैप्टर खत्म करके सैटरडे आई विल टेक वैसे ही लॉन्ग क्लास. विल ट्राई टू कंप्लीट एग्रीकल्चर.